Hello and welcome to 2.2 Recaps. Today we're diving into the 2002 sci-fi film The Time Machine. It's an ordinary day at Columbia University in New York. Students fill the hallways, sensing the presence of Dr. Alexander Hartdegen. However, the brilliant doctor is so consumed by his work that he forgets a date with his girlfriend Emma. A dreamer at heart, Hartdegen is just beginning his first year as an associate professor, yet he already hopes to inspire his students to break free from society's rigid norms, especially the idea of everyone wearing the same top hat. At home, he prepares in his lab for a meeting with his colleague, David Philby, who urges him to be more grounded and not lose himself in his scientific fantasies. On his way to meet Emma, Hartdegen is momentarily distracted by a malfunctioning automobile prototype. Although its owner offers him a ride, he chooses instead to walk to his date, though not without hesitation. Now at Emma's side, Hartdegen nervously proposes, offering her a ring she joyfully accepts. But their romantic moment is cut short. A mugger emerges from the shadows, demanding their valuables. Emma refuses to give up the ring. In the struggle that follows, the unthinkable happens. Emma is shot and dies in Hartdegen's arms. 4 years later, Hartdegen is a changed man, reclusive, obsessed with science and haunted by grief. Mrs. Watchett, his concerned housekeeper, and his old friend Philby urge him to move on. But Hartdegen has other plans. He reveals his greatest invention yet, a fully functional time machine. He intends to go back and save Emma. The machine works. He travels back to the night of her death. This time, instead of taking the same path, he convinces Emma to return home and tries to change fate by altering the sequence of events. But tragedy strikes again. Emma is hit by a car and dies. Hartdegen is devastated. It becomes clear to him, the past cannot be changed. Desperate for answers, he travels forward in time to 2030 and visits a public library, where he meets Vox, a holographic assistant with access to all of humanity's knowledge. But Vox dismisses time travel as fiction, even listing Hartdegen as a character from science novels. Frustrated, the doctor pushes further into the future to 2037, and witnesses a catastrophic event. The moon has shattered due to lunar colonization, leading to chaos on Earth. Panicking, he jumps into his time machine again, this time hurtling thousands of years ahead, landing in the year 802,701. There, he is rescued by a peaceful tribal society that lives on the mountains. One of his rescuers, a girl named Mara, speaks a forgotten language called the Stone Language. Her brother, Kalen, also grows fond of Hartdegen, intrigued by his tales of the past. As he integrates into their community, Hartdegen notices their fear of the night. Soon, he witnesses terrifying creatures, the Morlocks, emerging from underground to hunt villagers. Mara is captured during the chaos. Determined to save her, Hartdegen seeks answers. He and Kalen discover an ancient archive housing an older version of Vox, who confirms the truth. After the moon's destruction, humanity split into two species, those on the surface and the Morlocks underground. The Morlocks evolved into hunters, preying on surface dwellers. Vox tells Hartdegen that one survivor had escaped and shared stories with him. Hartdegen journeys into the Morlocks' lair and is captured. There, he meets the Uber Morlock, their telepathic leader, who explains their society's brutal efficiency. Some Morlocks serve as minds, others as muscle, all controlled through telepathy. He also explains that Hartdegen cannot change the past, because Emma's death is what drove him to invent the time machine. Saving her would create a paradox. In a daring move, Hartdegen fights the Uber Morlock and activates the time machine mid-battle, causing the Morlock to rapidly age and disintegrate as time accelerates. The Doctor ends up traveling over 635 million years into a grim future where the world is dominated by the Morlocks. Realizing what must be done, he returns to the year 802,701, destroys the time machine to trap the Morlocks in their lair, and rescues Mara. A time wave triggered by the machine's destruction ages the creatures into dust, and Hartdegen escapes with Mara just in time. In the aftermath, Hartdegen decides to stay in the future, having found peace with Mara and Kalen. The tribe now listens to stories told by Vox, who remains active. Hartdegen fondly recounts memories of his lab, Philby, and Mrs. Watchett. In a parallel memory, Philby and Mrs. Watchett talk about how Hartdegen finally found happiness. Philby even offers Mrs. Watchett a job as his housekeeper, until Mr. Hartdegen returns. As he leaves, Philby tosses his top hat away in tribute to his old friend. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more amazing movie recaps from 2.2 Recaps.